Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. I still got some Pokemon packs to open up here. We got a ton of Vivid Voltage. I still have about a case left, so probably quite a few Vivid Voltage packs will be open on this channel. But today, what I wanted to discuss is kind of the world that we live in. I know this is random and it's not Pokemon related, and you might be wondering why I'm posting this video on this channel, but I just feel like it's something I want to do long term, something that I think more people should do, and I wish was more accepted or interested in. Like, I wish more people were interested in just, like, not necessarily advice, because I'm not even here to necessarily give advice. I'm just here to, like, discuss things and talk, right? And I wish I could mesh. Like, for instance, I also make content for a video game called Dota, and I wish on that channel I could give, and maybe I could, I guess, but I wish I could give more, like, I guess advice, but also just commentary on various topics, rather than having to constantly focus on Dota just to make sure that views stay up and I can make money and keep people happy. Because what's funny about this world, getting into the content route, if you want to make it, so a big thing I want to discuss and I wanted to talk about, and the reason why I even wanted to make this video in the first place, is because I've been feeling a bit off about content as of late. So for all of you who don't know me, Paul, that's my real name, and I'm 21. I dropped out of college, turning 22 in, I guess, a half a year, which is kind of random, but I'm all in on content. I genuinely love talking about games, talking about Pokemon. This isn't my full-time job. Pokemon's more of a hobby, but I love doing it. However, it's just so scary, and creating content and being on social media is so draining. And I feel like a lot of people understand this. Like, you guys probably get it. You know, if you make any sort of content or you consume any social media, you don't even have to make anything. You consume any social media, you kind of feel this burden to do more. And yet, the funny thing is, like, what I really find funny about social media is it makes us feel like we need to do more a lot of the time. Reason being is there'll be, videos about becoming successful. Videos about becoming successful, or, someone who did a great thing in their life and how you need to push to be just like them. Steelix V. I don't want to be like Steelix. But, or most importantly, this is one of my favorite examples that I was thinking about. Something that really kind of scares me for the newer generations is that you're constantly being shoved in the face. What's being shoved in your face is super popular and high quality content, right? That's like the majority of what you see on YouTube and TikTok, because that's what gets promoted, rightfully so, right? Rightfully so. Now, what's the problem with that? You might be wondering, or why do I even bring that up? Well, I think the problem with that is we begin to have ridiculous expectations. We begin to think that everything we have to create and everything we have to do is just insane, and it has to be an immediate blow up. We have to become the next Logan Paul in a few days, right? We have to instantly blow up, and honestly, I'm just being real, guys. That is how I feel basically every day, and it's kind of annoying. And I'm sure you guys feel that as well. It's like, you see all these people who exploded. They're 18, right? They're 18 or they're 20, and they're just multi-millionaires with millions of followers, an incredible following. And it's like, especially if you're doing that, like you're doing the same thing they are, you feel obliged or required or worse about yourself because you're not there yet. You haven't gotten to 1 million followers yet. You're not able to make 10 grand a month off making videos and talking about your favorite thing yet. But the reality is, and I try to remind myself of this, and I guess that's kind of why I'm making this video, just as a reminder to myself, and I guess hopefully a reminder to you guys as well, that there's those are usually exceptions, and most importantly, most great things take an absurd amount of time. In the famous words of one of my favorite content creators, Gary V. Ooh, that's a nice card. Patience. It sounds so cheesy. It's like, just have patience. Just wait it out, bruh. But I think it's so true, because when I hear patience, let me get a penny sleeve. I think what I think of, or what he really intends, what Gary Vee intends to say, and I think sometimes I wish he would clarify more. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me give you some context. So a lot of the time when Gary Vee is talking to someone that's young, he says, have patience. If you don't know who he is at all, he's a content creator. He gives a lot of life advice. He's a businessman. And he's big into like pushing people to make content. And so obviously I followed him for quite a bit because that's what I wanted to do. But he tells a lot of younger kids to have patience. He's like, have patience, you know, stick on your grind and have patience. And it's like, it kind of sounds weird because if you don't think into it, you're just like, oh, so I'll just, you know, do nothing. I'll just wait. And when I get old, good things will come. But I know for a lot of older people that I've simply observed, well, I mean, time doesn't necessarily, well, it doesn't make their life better. Often it makes, actually, I think for the majority of the time, it makes people's lives worse, which frankly scares me. It legitimately scares me. If there's one thing that makes me want to work hard, and I don't know about you guys, let me know in the comments, I guess. The one thing that makes me work hard is actually the fear of like regretting, you know, not taking chances and not taking risks and trying to pioneer my life, you know. Okay, Zygarde. And so yeah, I mean, but it's true. So I think what he means by patience when it comes to like content, especially when you're seeing all these other people blow up in a year or blow up in a month, or, you know, for instance in the Pokemon scene, and I'll respect the PokeRev, but like in a year, even though this isn't exactly what actually what happened, in a year on YouTube he's gained almost 200k subscribers now. However, he was doing Instagram for a long time, right? You have to look at that. He was doing Instagram for a while, and he was building a consistent fan base and doing Pokemon probably before he was doing Instagram, right? And it's like this slow build-up, right? It's this really slow build-up of skills and I guess a fan base that usually is how great things are built. But it's so hard to have patience in this world and not just feel like you're not doing enough all the time because of social media. And I really believe that. Like, I just feel like social media kind of, first of all, drains my energy. If I go on TikTok to start the morning or like something like that, my gosh, I can't do any work. Like, that's something I want to talk about in a bit as well. I can't do any work, but it's just so hard to have patience and, you know, just continue to put in the work and grind and just wait for good stuff to come, you know, for 10 years. You know, you got to wait for 10, 20 years, right? And that's like, it's like I just started a Roth IRA too. You know, I got to wait till I'm like 59 or whatever to take out money. It's like, come on. I can't wait this long. To get views on TikTok, it only takes, you know, an hour for it to kick in, right? That's when the algorithm starts pumping your video out. It's like, it only takes an hour. I have to wait. Talonflame V. I have to wait that long for great things to happen in my life, to accrue wealth and build relationships and my skills and the following. That doesn't sound like what I want. And so instead we try to rush it. And so like every day I'm just like, you know, trying to figure out the next huge idea, which in turn doesn't actually help you make the newest idea because you're just panicking. But yeah, I want to move on to my next topic, and then I'll actually end off the video, just because I don't want to drag this on too long. I guess if this video has a good response, you guys could let me know if you like this type of video. If you don't, well, I guess you could let me know as well. Or what I can change, you know, maybe I should structure it more, because this is frankly not very structured. It's kind of just like a rant, but this is how I like to interact with people. Like, I just genuinely enjoy just talking about whatever's on my mind, and I think whatever's on other people's minds as well. Now, obviously, I can't listen to what someone's saying, but, you know, because I'm talking to myself. But you get the point. Now, the next thing I want to talk about in the last point of the video that I think a lot of you will resonate with, especially if you're on the younger side watching this video, but I guess it applies to everyone now that basically everyone is on social media. I mean, even my grandparents are on social media. Funny enough, they watch my YouTube videos, so if you're watching, Nana Grandpa, hey. But what I was going to say is I feel like, you know... Oh, okay, wait, no. So how I want to start the story is I was watching TikToks. Wow, can you believe it? I feel like I spend so much time watching TikToks. It's horrible. But I was watching this TikTok, and this girl was like clearly younger, probably like 15, 16. She's like something along the lines of, I hate when my parents take away my phone. They don't understand that it relieves my stress, right? They don't understand that, you know, it's the thing that saves me from all this madness. And I'm just thinking, like, I fully understand that girl's perspective, right? It's like, oh, whoops, I skipped over the hit. Oh, wow, I skipped right over a Pikachu VMAX. Wow, that's a big hit. For anyone who's wondering, it's like a $10 card. Very cool. I think it was 15. Not sure if it's dropped. Probably about 10 right now, but that would be getting graded. Very cool. But what was funny about this TikTok is, like, I'm just sitting there thinking, because, you know, when I grew up, there was no social, I mean, there was social media, but I really didn't use it. Like, even when Facebook was big, when I was in middle school, I just was late to the party, frankly. I was late to the party. I was too interested in playing video games. So I just didn't really use that stuff. I also was not the most social person, so, you know, you combine those things together and that's what you get. No Facebook. But basically, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, well, this girl needs her phone to deal with her stress because that's always been what she had to resort to, you know? Anytime she even stressed slightly, she has to resort to her phone because it just numbs your mind. I mean, that's what they do. And that's such a scary thought that anytime you have a problem, you just resort to your phone. And frankly, I know I do it myself. I more so do it with video games than my phone because it makes sense, right? I've grown up with video games. Video games have basically always been my bailout. Oh, something's stressful, life's hard, I'm going to play some video games, right? Numb the mind. Oh, okay, 2 VMAXs. Kind of wish it was a hyper rare, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Orbital VMAX, another very cool card. Maybe this will be in a future God pack. I don't really like getting these cards graded. The Pikachu, you know, that card sells well, but Orbital. And so I'm like thinking that this younger generation, it's like, dude, I feel like they're just done, right? Like, I mean, when you have to resort to your phone and they're like, you know, for every time you have a stressful situation, you're never going to learn to fend for yourself. And I actually find that I had this problem for a while. I've been working on it, so it's been getting better where I don't have to, like, dodge every problem. Nice, Leon. I don't have to dodge and, you know, just dismiss every problem I have. But these kids, man, and, like, it's funny. Even my mom is a social worker, and, you know, I talk to her a bit about these things, and yeah, she largely agrees that, you know, these kids are just, I mean, it's pure addiction, and, like, these apps are just so dangerous. I mean, whether or not you're a creator or consumer, like, if you're a creator, which is kind of the fun, I guess why I even made this video, like, you're just always comparing and comparing. Oh my god, like, I got so many views this month, I got so many views that week, this video did so well, now I remade something similar and it didn't do well, and now this happened, and I can't believe this video didn't do well, I expected this video to do well, but it didn't, but this guy's video that was super similar did super well, why did his do well and mine not do well? And it's just like, Lord help us. It's so damaging, right? And everything is so quick. Like, everything for me for Pokemon has gone so quick. I went from no following to 20k on TikTok, which, frankly, honestly, TikTok, I mean, I guess I consider it not too hard to get followers if you're consistent. But the point is that it went so fast. I went from no following, right, not knowing nothing from Pokemon like 5 months ago, to being fully engrossed in this hobby, spending a lot of money on it, enjoying it, all because of TikTok. And what I'm saying is social media speeds everything up. It speeds everything up. I could sell God packs. With 200 followers, I sold 10 God packs. Like, that blew my mind. Everything got catapulted. And you know what happens when you sell 10 God packs? When you have 200 followers, you expect when you have 2,000 followers to sell 200 God packs. And that's kind of the problem, I think. We just expect, or at least I feel like I expect everything to just basically speed up. Get it? That's the pun. Alright, guys, I'm going to open one more pack for celebration purposes. I don't know what I'm celebrating. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to have a genuine conversation with anyone about anything, but I guess more so about content and the dangers of social media and how it affects your mentality. I want to hear your stories about social media. How much does it affect you? How much time do you spend? Oh my god, I thought it was the Chunky Chew. That looks so similar to the Chunky Chew. By the way, that is an awesome card. Oh my gosh, what a celebratory last pack. We can discuss this Togekiss and how cool it looks as well, but wow, that's a good pack to end on. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave some comments. I'm totally down to discuss in the comments. Also, like, a big thing for me is I want to grow this community around, like, genuine conversation and like discussion, you know. I don't want it to just be like content. Here's some hype. And if I ever get to that point, well, I guess it is what it is. If I, but I really do want this in my personal channel and this personal Pokemon thing to be more of like an opportunity to connect with cool people and talk with cool people. So, all right, I'm gonna do the outro for the 18th time this video. Wow, that was 15 minutes. All right, thanks for spending 15 minutes with me if you watched to the end, and peace.